Scrimmage is provided by the Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.
WLVT-TV presents Scholastic Scrimmage, a weekly program featuring teams from Lehigh Valley High Schools in a contest of quick recall. Tonight's teams are from Palmertown High School and Northwestern Lehigh High School. Your host for Scholastic Scrimmage is Harry Price.
Good evening and welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage. We'll meet the teams and the coaches, then we'll begin the contest. From Palmertown High School, they're all seniors. John McFarland, Nick Muniz, the captain, Steve Kostenbader, Kathy Nalesnik, and the coach is John Reback, teacher of Earth and Space Science. From Northwestern Lehigh High School, Arlene Rivera, a senior. Captain, Lisa Milot, a senior. Doug Self, a junior. Jeremy Hilton, a sophomore. And the coach is Betsy Britzinger, teacher of English. Channel 39 is pleased to announce that at the conclusion of the series next year, the Air Products Foundation will present a $1,500 scholarship award to the championship high school and a $750 award to the runner-up high school. Both of these awards, of course, will be made in the names of the two Scholastic Scrimmage teams. Remember, the answers to the questions on Scholastic Scrimmage require rapid recall of factual information and aren't necessarily indicative of academic training. The rules for the contest are as follows. On toss-up questions, you'll be given 10 points for each correct answer, and 10 points will be deducted for an incorrect response. If you answer incorrectly, then the opposing team will have an opportunity to answer without penalty. They'll receive 5 points for a correct answer in this situation. Of course, each correct answer to a toss-up gives you an opportunity to answer a bonus question without penalty. Team members may confer only on the bonus questions, and the answers to these questions should be given to me by the two team captains. A buzzer will signal the end of the contest. If it sounds while a question is being asked, the game stops. If the buzzer goes off while you're answering a question, however, you will be permitted to complete your answer, but no bonus questions will be asked. Are there any questions? If not, we'll begin with our first toss-up. We're looking at a 15-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. For 10 points, name the state in which Mount Washington is located. Palmertown, Nick.
Vermont.
Incorrect. Over to Northwestern. No conferring. Jeremy.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. It's part of the famous White Mountains. You got 5 on the rebound, Lisa. It's your bonus question, a 15-pointer. For 5 points each, I'm going to see how you do on these questions about FDR. What political office did Franklin D. Roosevelt hold immediately prior to his election as president? Lisa.
Governor of New York.
Correct. Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected to how many terms as a U.S. president? Lisa?
4.
Correct. In the election of 1932, he succeeded what man as chief executive? Lisa?
Hoover.
Correct. Herbert Hoover. You have your 15. Going for another 10-point bonus, or another bonus 10-pointer this time, your toss-up. From what city did the Pied Piper take both rats? Northwestern, Jeremy.
Hamlin.
Correct. He took both rats and children. Hamlin in Germany. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer, Lisa. For you and the team, you may confer. In Midsummer Night's Dream, he says, Lord, what fools these mortals be. Naming.
No response.
No response from Lisa and the team. It's Puck, P-U-C-K. Here's your toss-up going for another 10-pointer. For 10 points, give me the 6-letter name for a volcanic rock that looks like a sponge because it's formed by the cooling... It's Palmertown, Nick.
Pumice.
You are correct. It's formed by the cooling of bubbling lava. Your bonus for you and the team, Steve. You may confer. Steve, give me the answer. I'm going to name 2 simple chemical compounds. For 5 points each, give me their chemical formulas. First one, sulfur dioxide. Steve.
SO2.
Correct. Phosphoric acid. Steve?
PHO2.
Incorrect. It would be H3PO4. H3PO4, phosphoric acid. 5 out of 10. Going for another 10-pointer. Here's your toss-up. Consider an arithmetic sequence of 10 terms in which the first term is 0 and the 10th term is 7. What's the sum of the 10 terms? No response from either team. It would be 35. You add the first last terms, multiplied by 10 terms, divide by 2. Another toss-up. Going for a 10-pointer. For 10 points, in what body of water is the island of Majorca located? Palmer, Nick.
The Mediterranean Sea.
You're correct. It's about 100 miles east of Spain. Bonus 10-pointer. California's largest city, Los Angeles, has a two-word name. For 5 points each, Steve, name any two of the 4 other states west of the Mississippi River whose largest cities also have two-word names. I want state names. Steve.
Nevada.
Go on.
And no response.
No more responses. I said 5 points each for any 2 state names, and the 4 possibilities are Arkansas with Little Rock, Iowa, Des Moines, Louisiana, New Orleans, and St. Louis, or well, Missouri would be the 4th possibility with St. Louis. We'll go on to another toss-up looking at a 10-pointer. For 10 points, what's the nautical adjective meaning left, L-E-F-T? Palmer, Nick.
Port.
Correct. Here's your bonus, 10-pointer again, Steve. Who was the father of Odysseus in the Odyssey? Steve.
No response.
Laertes, a king of Ithaca. Toss-up going for a 10-pointer. The planet Mars was, or has, both permanent polar caps and larger seasonal ones. We believe the permanent caps consist of frozen water. For 10 points, of what are the seasonal caps made? It'd be dry ice, frozen carbon dioxide, CO2. Another toss-up. It's a visual toss-up on the monitor. Architecture is an old and noble profession. On your monitor is the dome of a very famous church, St. Peter's Church in Rome. Name the architect. Again, I said on your monitor is the dome of St. Peter's Church in Rome, the architect, Michelangelo. Another toss-up. What's the nickname for the state of Indiana? Palmer, Nick.
The Hoosier State.
Correct. Here's your bonus, 15-pointer, Steve. West of Egypt, there are 4 North African countries that share the southern coast of the Mediterranean Sea. For 5 points each, name 3 of them. Steve.
Libya. Tunisia. And Morocco.
I'll give you 15 points, and the 4th would have been Algeria. Another toss-up going for a 10-point bonus this time. It's a multiple choice. For 10 points, the word sagacious, S-A-G-A-C-I-O-U-S, means which one of the following? Bitter, shrewd, unholy, or trustworthy? Northwestern, Arlene.
Shrewd.
Shrewd is correct. And your bonus, a 10-pointer, Lisa. For 5 points apiece, Lisa, state the following phrases that contain the names of months. First one, date fatal to Julius Caesar. Lisa.
Ides of March.
Correct. Opening line of T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland.
No response.
Lisa, no response. Again, we're talking about phrases that contain the names of months. April is the cruelest month. Another toss-up, multiple choice, going for a 10-point bonus. For 10 points, and from the following, 2 objects that lose the same weight in water must have the same, is it volume, density, weight in air, or weight in water? It's volume. That's a principle of Archimedes. This is a visual toss-up. It's on the monitor. What is the value of cosine squared 15 degrees minus sine squared 15 degrees? Northwestern, Arlene.
1.
Incorrect. Palmertown, rebound. No conferring. Nick.
0.
No. Good guesses, because a lot of answers are those on the show, but it's square root of 3 divided by 2. The square root of 3 divided by 2. Another toss-up, going for a 10-pointer. For 10 points, who immediately preceded Warren Harding as president of the U.S.? It's Northwestern, Jeremy.
Woodrow Wilson.
Correct. Bonus 10-pointer, Lisa. For 5 points each, give me the exact names of the government bureaus that do each of the following things. I'm going to give you two situations. Here's your first one. Produce the nation's paper money, postage, and food coupons. Lisa?
Federal Reserve.
Incorrect. It would be the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Now I want the Federal Bureau that produces the nation's coins. Lisa?
Federal Reserve.
Not the Federal Reserve there either. It would be the Bureau of the Mint. We might know as the U.S. Mint. Going for a 10-point bonus. Toss-up. Ray Bradbury, let's go over that again. Ray Bradbury is a contemporary writer of what type of fiction? Northwestern, Lisa.
Science fiction.
Correct. Here's your bonus 10-pointer multiple choice, Lisa. Which one of the following plays is not considered one of Shakespeare's tragedies? Hamlet, King Lear, As You Like It, Romeo and Juliet. Lisa.
As You Like It.
Correct, it's a comedy. Going for a 10-pointer, toss-up. For 10 points, who was the Union commander at the Battle of Gettysburg? Palmertown, John.
General Meade.
You are correct, General George C. Meade. Your bonus 10-pointer, Steve. I'm going to give you 2 state nicknames. For 5 points apiece, I want you to identify the states. First one, the Volunteer State.
Tennessee.
Steve.
Tennessee.
Correct. The Pine Tree State. Steve?
Maine.
Correct again. You've got your 10. Going for a 10-pointer. It's toss-up, multiple choice. After this, we're going to take a halftime break. For 10 points, when Tom Sawyer was told to whitewash the fence, he got the job done by doing which one of the following? Hiring his pal to help him. Second one is pretending he was an artist. Third one, using a brush in each hand. And the fourth is talking... Palmertown, Steve.
The fourth.
Fourth, talking his friends into doing it. He pretended it was fun and a great privilege, and they did it. We're going to give you the bonus, then we're going to take the halftime break. For 5 points apiece, this is a 10-pointer. All answers start with F-O-R in this word association game. Eternity. Steve?
Forever.
Correct. Composition of a chemical compound. Steve?
Formation.
Incorrect. It would be formula. Got 5 out of 10. We're going to take a halftime break now with the score very close. 85 for Palmertown, 65 for Northwestern Lehigh. John McFarland, during our first round, our contestants tell us about their families. Would you please begin?
Okay, my mother works for the state, and my father is in construction, and I have 2 younger brothers, Jed and Joel, who are both in elementary school.
Thank you, John. Nick Muniz.
My father was recently unemployed by Mack Motors. My mom is employed by Fernbrook and Company in Palmerton, and I have a younger brother, Scott, that's in 9th grade at Palmerton High School.
Thanks, Nick. Captain Steve Kustenbader.
My mother works for Butz Lumber, and my father works for Nest Bank, and I have a younger sister who's in 7th grade.
Thank you, Steve. Kathy Nalesnik.
My mother is an elementary school nurse in Palmerton. My father's a math teacher in Jim Thorpe, and my brother's a freshman at Lehigh University.
Thanks, Kathy, and thanks to Palmerton. Let's go over to Northwestern Lehigh. Arlene Rivera.
My mom is a homemaker. My dad is a self-employed attorney, and I have an older sister named Janet.
Thank you, Arlene. Captain Lisa Milot.
My mother is a graphic analyst. My father is the assistant director of Lincoln Technical Institute. I have a younger brother, Bobby, who's in 8th grade at Northwestern, and I have an older sister, Becky, who is a sophomore at Penn State University.
Thanks, Lisa. Doug Self.
My dad's industrial engineer at Air Products. My mom's a homemaker. I have a younger brother, Ben, in 9th grade, and a younger sister, Kim, in 7th.
Thank you, Doug. Jeremy Hilton.
My father's the senior managing editor of the book division at Rodale Press. My mother's a homemaker, and I have 2 siblings. My sister Becky is in 8th grade, and my brother Ned is in preschool.
Thanks, Jeremy, and thanks to Northwestern Lehigh. Again, the score at half is 85 for Palmerton, 65 for Northwestern. We're going to begin the second half with the toss-up, and we're looking at a 10-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. For 10 points, what's the standard name for an accurate ship's clock which is set to Greenwich time? It's a chronometer. Another toss-up. Mathematics. What's the slope of the line given by the equation that you see there on the monitor, 3y is equal to 6x? Palmerton. Steve.
Y equals 2x minus 1/3.
Incorrect. I'm going to go over to Northwestern Lehigh. I didn't quite finish it. What is the slope of the line given by the equation? She buzzed, Arlene. You have to give it.
2.
2 is the slope. I think you put the equation in the y form, Steve. Again, y, in this case, 3y is equal to 6x minus 1. I wanted the slope. Here's your bonus, 10-pointer. You got 5 on the rebound, Lisa. The following 2 geometry questions are each worth 5 points. First one, what do we call the length of a line segment connecting the center of a circle with any point on the circle? It's a bonus question for Northwestern. Lisa.
Radius.
Radius is correct. Any part of a circle's circumference is called what? Lisa.
Arc.
Correct again. You have your 10 points. Here's your toss-up, looking at a 10-point bonus. Senator Joseph Biden withdrew from the race for the 1988 Democratic presidential nomination in the aftermath of charges of plagiarism. For 10 points, what state does Biden represent in the U.S. Senate? Northwestern, Jeremy.
Delaware.
Correct. 10-point bonus, Lisa. His name has been in the headlines recently regarding Nicaragua and the Central American Peace Plan. He's the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. Give me his first and last names. Lisa.
Jim Wright.
Correct. Of the state of Texas. Going for a 15-point bonus. Toss up. I'm going to define one of the social sciences. For 10 points, name the social science that best fits the description I give you. The science of man in relation to physical character, geographical distribution, environmental and social relations, and culture. Palmerton, Kathy.
Anthropology.
You are correct. And here's your bonus, a 15-pointer. Steve, for you and the team, 5 points each. Answer these 3 French questions. First one, what French word describes the occupation of a head waiter? Steve.
Maitre d'.
Correct. Give me the French expression for blank check. Steve.
No response.
Carte blanche. And the final one, from what letter does a cedilla hang? Steve.
C.
Correct. You got 2 out of the 3 for 10. Going for a 10-pointer. It's a listening multiple choice. I want you to listen to the excerpt. The segment we just heard was taken from the ballet Romeo and Juliet, composed in 1935 by the same man who authored Peter and the Wolf. For 10 points and from the following. Northwestern, Lisa.
Tchaikovsky.
Incorrect. Again, I have read it. For 10 points and from the following. For Palmerton, it's a toss-up. Was the composer Rimsky-Korsakov, Prokofiev, Saint-Saëns, or Rachmaninoff? Kathy.
B.
Choice is
B.
Prokofiev, and Prokofiev is correct. Sergei Prokofiev, a Russian composer. Closely related, of course, or associated with Peter and the Wolf. Here's your bonus. You got 5 on the rebound. It's a 10-pointer. For 10 points, with regard to musical instruments, give me the 10-letter name for a shallow one-head drum with loose metallic discs at the side. Steve.
Tambourine.
Correct. Going for a 10-point bonus toss-up. The Germans unleashed a new type of warfare in World War II with the Blitzkrieg. For 10 points, what were the mechanized units of... It's Northwestern, Jeremy.
A tank.
Incorrect. I'm going to read it. Toss-up. No conferring. For Palmertown, the Germans unleashed a new type of warfare in World War II with the Blitzkrieg. For 10 points, what were the mechanized units of tanks and mounted artillery called? Nick.
Panzers.
I'll accept that. Panzer divisions, panzer tanks, and mechanized troops. 10-point bonus, 5 on the rebound you earned. And you earn 5 points for each of these questions, Steve, about France. First one, in what building is the Hall of Mirrors located? Steve.
Versailles.
Will not accept. I said, in what building? It's Versailles Palace, built by Louis XIV. Here's the second question. Versailles is a small city located near what large city? Steve.
Paris.
Correct. It's about 12 miles southwest of Paris. Going for a 15-point bonus toss-up. Myopia is a synonym for nearsightedness. For 10 points, and no correcting yourself once you've begun, spell myopia. Palmertown, Steve.
M-Y-O-P-I-A.
Correct. Here's your bonus, a 15-pointer, Steve. For 5 points apiece, name these American authors as I named their first novels. First one, Fahrenheit 451. Steve.
Ray Bradbury.
Correct. Tarzan of the Apes. Tarzan of the Apes. Too late. It was Edgar Rice Burroughs. Third one, Uncle Remus, his songs and his sayings. No response on that one either. It was Joel Chandler Harris. You got 1 out of the 3 for 5 points. Going for a 10-pointer toss-up, multiple choice. For 10 points, when radioactive iodine is injected into the body, most of it's taken up by which one of the following? Adrenals, pancreas, pituitary, or thyroid? Palmertown, John.
D.
D, the thyroid is correct. It has an iodide trap. Here's your bonus, 10-pointer. It's a bonus question to test your knowledge of astronomy, Steve. I'm going to give hints about 2 different planets. For 5 points each, name them. This planet has 4 large moons that were discovered by Galileo nearly 400 years ago. Steve?
Jupiter.
You are correct. It actually has also 8 smaller moons, but you're correct. This planet's only known satellite takes between 6 and 7 days to complete one orbit. Steve?
Pluto.
Pluto, outermost known member of the universe, and it may well be a double planet, but that's the way we go, and that is correct. Going for a 10-point bonus, toss-up. Listen closely, it's a mathematical toss-up question. Assume that the Earth, might want to use paper and pencil, assume that the Earth is a perfect sphere 4,000 miles in radius. For 10 points, if you started at latitude 0 degrees and longitude 0 degrees and traveled due west along the equator for a distance of 1,000 pi miles, what would your final longitude be? And I want your answer in degrees. No response. Again, it had 4,000-mile radius. 2 pi r would be the circumference, so if it went, approximately went 1/8 of the way around, it'd be 45 degrees west, 45 degrees. Another toss-up. Going for a 10-pointer. Multiple choice. With which of the following decades in American history do you associate the Know-Nothing Party? Would it be the 1920s, the 1850s, the 1890s, or the 1930s? The Know Nothing Party was established in 1853, so it was the 1850s. I was looking for a political party which aimed at keeping foreigners out of government. Here's your bonus, here's your toss-up. Going for a 10-pointer. What is the standard name for a doll or puppet moved by strings, often on a small stage? Palmerton, Nick.
Marionette.
Correct. Here's your bonus, a 10-pointer, multiple choice. In the sentence, John kicked the dog, dog is which one of the following? Is it a predicate nominative, a direct object, an indirect object, or an absolute construction? Steve.
Direct object.
Correct. Going for a 10-pointer. Toss up. What is the famous geographic landmark located in Honolulu Harbor? Northwestern, Lisa.
No response.
No response, Lisa. We'll go over to Palmerton. Toss up. Nick.
The Pearl Harbor Memorial.
Incorrect. Geographic landmark, Diamond Head, an inactive volcano at the entrance of the harbor. Another toss-up. Going for a 10-pointer. In which Dickens novel is Fagin a character? Palmerton, Nick.
Oliver Twist.
Correct. The receiver of stolen goods, trainer of young thieves. Here's your 10-point bonus. For 5 points apiece, Steve. Who created the following religious characters in literature? First one, Brother Juniper, a Spanish friar in colonial Peru.
No, it's I can't think of the guy who wrote it. It's not Don Quixote.
No response. It would be, I'll give the answer to that. That's the final buzzer. The answer to that was Thornton Wilder in the Bridge of San Luis Rey, but I wanted Wilder. That's the final buzzer, and the final score is 185 for Palmerton, 70 for Northwestern Lehigh High School. I thought it was an excellent contest, Lisa and team, and I do want to wish you and Arlene success in college, Doug and Jeremy. I'm quite certain we'll see you fellows back here next year. Have a happy holiday. Palmerton, we congratulate you. We're going to see you back here in the second round against Bethlehem Catholic High School. Be mid-March when you come on. Next week, we're going to have Wilson Area High School against Pius X High School. This is Harry Price. Thank you for being with us, and good night.
Funding for Scholastic Scrimmage is provided by the Air Products Foundation. The foundation is supported by donations from Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated as a charitable organization whose contributions provide support for educational, cultural, health, and community programs in the Lehigh Valley. The series is also made possible by Channel 39 School Services participating districts.